Worm's Crossing. We could be inside the city walls before long. And I could be back where this all started. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Not quite. Above all else, protecting our base of operations in Baldur's Gate was the reason I had to surrender my memories to begin with. Or at least, that's what I was led to believe. We should look for someone to point me in the right direction. Otherwise, we'll have little recourse but to wander the whole city searching. I know what you mean. And under different circumstances, I'd like that too. But first things first, I'm afraid. If by warm you perhaps mean a flaming arrow, I doubt they'll attack in public. No, I expect they'll point me in the right direction so I can face my reckoning away from prying eyes. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Civilization beckons at last. It's no Waterdeep, but Baldur's Gate is a respectable runner-up. Or at least a close third.
Baldur's Gate at last. We should find Sharess's caress. Voss will be waiting. It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. There will be ice where once there was fire. And there will be a void where our souls once resided. I know. And I won't.
Get your shinies and Trito!
Oh, Mr. Hag. Miss her stink.
Oh, a strange one. I never seen before one. Hungry? Want a Trito? I has lots of Tritos, and magics, and junks I finds. Don't worry. I only takes junks from dead people. I is nice. Oh, lots of times. The beasts ate a kiddo the other day, and I got some good stuffs. I mean, circus is safe. Do not worry. Yes. Yes! I has lots of stuffs. Just for you.
a customer! Is your camp drab? Dreary? Then you have come to the right place. Browse our bespoke, stony and bony creations. Or commission a statue in your likeness. It is our most sought-after service. Bony, at your service. That there is my darling wife, Stony. Is she not magnificent? To think she chose me. Why, I wake up every morning with a smile on my face. Now, what can I do for you? Oh, you shall be thrilled and delighted. I know it. Nothing caught your eye? I shan't tell. Ah, the adventurer returns. Care? Oh, my wife shall be delighted. Customs are her favorite, particularly when their facial structure is as... Then feel free to browse our workshop, but be quiet. It's been an age since your last break.
Why are you here, huh? Stupid customers. Stupid hygiene code. Stupid job.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
Narlo Essie. Grief and illness laid ruin, yet her heart held only compassion. The broken god be with her. Geshan Kirkoros built the open-hand temple, gave all in his name. We honor their life and legacy. B. Gardenson gave her life protecting fellow refugees. May the one who endures shelter her. Alvin Muffle Fieldwick gave his fortune to the poor, died in the arms of friends. He will be missed. Millie Runbarrel, killed by the cult of the Absolute. May our martyred father shelter her. Unknown child and her dog, who stood watch over her grave. May they be reunited in ill-mated grace. Hornkiss gave all to the lepers, fell to the malady himself. He is a beacon to us all.
can crack that open. I'll give it a shot. What's inside?
Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering. Not everyone subscribes to...
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day. I told Lorgan we didn't have enough to spare all the refugees. I knew it was a bad idea. Now I've got a dead priest to deal with as well. Father Lorgan. You've not heard? One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Lorgan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick. We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury.
Take me to my cherished Shira, and thy reward shall be plenty.
There's enough blood to make a believer out of anybody.
But your nature's grace. Must you be so insensitive? Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater. You could certainly say that. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target. Feel free to look around the temple, but fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence. Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really. Chares's caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case. I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit. I really hope you find something.
You've been caught in the act. So much for the perfect crime. A show of contrition and property returned will... Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at mealtimes.
I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave. Investigator? That miniature mastodon is about as much use as rats in the pantry or flies in the soup. Father Lorgan's gone. Murdered. And now they're blaming a refugee for it. No. Brilgor was a nice bloke. He came a couple of times for soup. Potato chowder was his favorite. Didn't seem the murderous type. But what do I know? He was attacked in the cellar. He had a private altar down there. Used to like the solitude. The man ate like a horse. A soup-hungry horse. Usually took enough to feed a small clergy down there. Look, I need to finish up here.
Something over there.
What in the hells was that? An earthquake, perhaps. Strong enough to rouse the dead, too.
Lodge under scrutiny. Front page.
Dalmain is dead. This does not bode well.
My son. He's only a boy. You must understand.
Bet you want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Hottest topic in Rivington. Apart from the March of the Absolute's army, I suppose. Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. You want one? It's great for sales. You want one or not? Excellent. You enjoy that one, all right? It's really gory. Fascinating. You want another one? I'll go on then. You've twisted my arm. By the time you've read that one, you'll be ready to write your own. You want another? I'll go on then. You've twisted my arm.
The Duke. Ravengard, I think. I heard he's a good man.
Let us talk to him. Please. Just...
We have the Duke's praise. For the good of them.
We'll be here any day
Never hurt him. He has nothing to do with his death.
I don't care. Mark my words. I'll give them a piece of mind. On our own.
Oh, bloody dogs.
Packed bags for myself and the kids. Ready by the door. You should do the same.
But Mummy, I don't want to be.
I know, sweetie.
Maybe it has something to do with
Safe
the
in the
army
wilds.
about to invade the city.
Don't believe everything you read in the broadsheets.
That so-called army is probably no more than a pack of goblins a day out there.
It's Ram or sitting by ours praying. Down about us.
witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells. Gold may have made your problem go away.
Did you want something? If not...
She'd want me to sell it if it helps me.
Respite. That's wonder.
Action, not reaction.
Still alive, so that's progress.
There's more than one way to skin a Tresson.
Really? Buddy is my favorite!
Can't we say that?
You murdered someone in view of a guard. Perhaps unsurprisingly, there isn't enough gold in the world to undo the...
Don't believe everything you read in the broadsheets. You throw a fit when there's no hot water. Goblins pass the day out there.
Whole situation stinks. Guild robbers are usually decent enough folk. They take your gold, but they leave your ribs intact.
Yeah, well, this time they weren't feeling polite. She really put the boat in me. It helps me feed a friend.
You didn't even fight.
But you heard Baldur's Gate was safe, right? Well, it's a bloody lie. They've banned refugees from the city as if we're the problem.
If you're looking to enter the city, hope your pockets are loaded. Bastards are charging a fortune.
God said to leave, so we're leaving. End of story.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Why is we getting trouble?
People will help.
This woman's going mad.
Why is we
These
getting
murderous
caught?
monsters. All hell's breaking loose. It's not the counting house. We're getting kicked out. So what? Joking. This is great. Think of all the work we can get here.
Oh, hold on. There will be plenty of work. If you're after a job, Neverwinter is on the lookout for adventurers. That's where we're headed.
I ain't looking to make friends or enemies. Go bother someone else.
How are we fixed on supplies?
You look like you need to clean off the road dirt. Almost as much as I do. No good ends with hot water in a tub.
Near chomping at the bit. What's the plan?
Stay strong and...
How many red
Construction. The possibilities are endless. That's why we need to walk just
Everyone deserves
one
the chance
foot
to
in
make
front
some
of the other.
coin.
Seeing that for days. My feet hurt.
I know, little one.
but you'll be...
If I was a Sharan lookout, this is
Another
the
quake.
sort of place I'd wait around.
What's going on?
It's the Elder Brain. There's something happening to it.
That might be worth a look.
Is that blood? No, never mind. That's curious.
To take down troublemakers, so don't make trouble.
Pardon if my eyes are all saucer-like. I didn't realize Baldur's Gate was so big. Dangerous? Oh, it's a gold mine. So many pockets to pick. Wait, I know you. You're the reason some of us got here in one piece. Thanks. And you're in luck, because we're having a special sale on some of the choice items I picked up on our way here. Fancy stuff. Want to see? Would I try to fool a Sharpie like you? Have a look. Stay away from trap.
Halt, citizen! This is a restricted area. Explain yourself. Funny enough for me to take you to Manip Nesta.
The hell's you doing in here? This is a bar, not a museum.
Be on your way, city.
If you want to chat, talk. Can't keep out of. If you don't have anything to donate, you can get going. Well, if you must, I suppose it saves me the walk. But if you're gonna do it, hurry up.
I hear you've been given permission to be here. Don't disappoint me.
You best not piss away Manip Nestor's good graces. I hear Worms Rock Prison is rather cold this time of year.
I say, terribly decent of you to come over and exchange pleasantries. Oh, how kind of you to say. I have been growing my bristles out. It's something of an art, you see. Salutations once more.
Lost in thought.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Heads will roll for this transgression. Oh, you poor... A perfectly respectable businessman wants to bring his, well, business into this fine city. And what do? They talk some absolute horse bollocks about papers and correct filing procedures and threw me in this slum. I should be loins deep in Sharess's caress by now, not waddling about in filth.
We've got to get Grunch into the city, but he's in no shape to travel. I wonder, what if we hit him in a big barrel and nailed it shut? Nah.
Don't know how we're gonna get Grunch into the city, wounded as he is. But we have to.
Whatever you need. I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now.
After a quick examination, you conclude that your patient is pretending to be wounded. You wonder why.
Really? This isn't necessary. I'm sure there are other people that need your help more urgently. Shh, not so loud. If those lads find out I'm faking, they might go off on their own. They're not ready for that. And frankly, I miss them. I don't really have any other friends. And I like those lads. So I think I'll stick around a while more.
I've done the right things. Don't take that on yourself. You know who's really.
Can't stand her, can't stand her, can't stand her! My sister-in-law. All law and no sister. Grr.
God, camping with the mother-in-law has been utter hell. Maybe I should just go on ahead and...
Actually got here safely. Towing along my wife's sister and mother.
My son Garen is pleased we got this far together. But his wife's bitching is making me old before my time.
They got me signed up to learn to make pots, which is dumb. I'd rather learn how to kill cultists. And I bet you'd back me up on that.
Something solid. Even...
I'm really worried.
We'll drink to their memory.
We made it alive to Baldur's Gate. Almost, anyway. But I can't complain. When I look at Bex and realize she's safe, it's hard not to weep from joy.
We made it through hell. Twice. I know now that as long as Danis and I stick together, we can do anything.
So, you survived. It's mainly anger that keeps me going. Zevlor was supposed to... I haven't seen him since the massacre on the...
What a sad situation. The once proud...
No matter where we
Washing my pits, this is the song when up. Aye! Gonna blood not get any bleeding privacy around here. Bunch of perverts, the lot of you.
So many more could have survived if I had done the right...
Hail, friend. Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate? It's a fine city, isn't it? No better place to hail from. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous. I've been asking myself the same question. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach them a lesson they'd never forget. What peace? If no one steps in, there'll be bodies piled high in the streets before long. Those refugees have been leeching on our city for too long. If we don't show them that we need to march round the front and kill every last one of them. Let's see them eat our food with their guts on the floor. What do you say? Tell them! I'll cut out their eyes and make them watch.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
So Orin is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
But I'm bushed. I ran for days to get someplace safe, and then found out I'm last in line to get in, because I'm a hobgoblin. As if I could change that.
Short, but I can scrape enough together for a bite of something solid. Even if we only have tankers of river water to raise, we'll drink to their memory.
I hate this place.
I've heard Alfira made her
You remember that spiced apple loaf we had in Waterdeep? Oh, the big one.
I can practically smell it.
Shut it! Scavenge whatever you can from this mess. We'll make something out of it. Take the wood from the cart too. We got here first, friend.
Back off!
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. The state of this cart. But what were they thinking?
They wasn't thinking. Starving folk tend not to.
Something over there.
If they just lined up and taken their fair shares, we'd have had plenty for everyone.
We have no good choices.
If won't get us fed, watered.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
What if this is it for our people?
The hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
Rechtei Hathran Rust.
My friend from the Hag Swamp. You're a bright light on a dark day. We underestimated an enemy, much like I underestimated you and your vampiric companion. Oh, yes. I know you hid him from me. But this is not the moment to discuss it. This is about the dead, not the undead.
Frey, Valdisk Durovna. Frey, Vald Iskablast.
Our tribe left camp on a rescue mission. Only Alma and those you see here returned. They could not.
Im Orak.
Nete! Krasin! Netra!
I will say no more. It's not my tale to tell.
No. That shame is mine alone. I thought I knew the faces of all your friends, Gandrel, but this one is new to me. Those who have left us will be celebrated, not mourned. They died well, after all.
As we all hoped to. And this is the one I spoke of, my lady. The stranger I met while hunting the spawn. They killed not only that Fenn's hag, but also the undying General Thorm, if the rumors are true.
2 fine trophies. Perhaps I can interest you in a third. Baldur's Gate is haunted by many things, but one of its most insidious is the vampire Cazador. For years, his foul spawn have stolen away innocents at night, whisking them back to his palace. Recently, they struck our camp. They took our children, every last one, our whole future.
We are monster hunters all. Our purpose is to kill beasts like these. But in our haste to save our little ones, we were rash. We charged straight into an ambush.
They tore us to pieces. Vampire spawn and werewolves. I have never seen a vampire's lair so heavily guarded. What's left of my tribe is wounded and broken. We cannot stand against him to save our children. But perhaps the Slayer of Ketheric could. The main entrance is blockaded, but there is another way. Near the park, you will find a broken tower, mid-repair. Climb the scaffolding, and you can enter his palace. It may be watched, but you will not walk into the slaughter that we did. Then we will settle. Cazador must be destroyed. For the safety of the city, and to make sure no one else must feel our pain. If you do this, our entire tribe will be in your debt. On our honor, it will be repaid. May the gods keep you, and damn your enemies.
It is good to have you with us. There is something rotten at the heart of this city, and it needs purging.
We can do nothing for you here.
Nest of serpents.
Do not stand here and...
We are begging help from you. I would follow Ulmer to the hills and back, but this...
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail, Ulmer insists the tribe is not.
I pray you will succeed where we failed.
No screaming children.
Our dead fought well. They died well.
Who will stand between them?
What will we do?
So few of us left.
Our strength is just never numbers, but the bonds we share.
What am I to do?
Stronger than ever.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
Best keep your hands.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
We let Let emotion cloud our judgment, and it almost doomed us. We need strategy and cool heads.
Should we fortify the camp? Wait for the vampires to strike here?
And let them marshal all their strength against us? I do not like our chances. Cazador's nest of serpents must be exterminated. Nothing less will do.
And if our children still live, what will happen to them if we attack?
I share your fear, but we cannot build plans on fear. We will have to act for all our sakes.
Forgive me. I know tears will not bring our children back.
There is nothing to forgive. It is only right to mourn.
We shed tears today, so we may shed blood tomorrow.
What will we do? There are so few of us left.
Our strength was never numbers, but the bonds we share, and they are stronger than ever.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
Let emotion cloud our judgment, and it almost doomed us. So we should do nothing.
It is good to have you with us.
We are begging help from you.
The nest of serpents must be exterminated.
Maybe I need more pockets. Wonder what's past this.
Should we fortify the camp? Vampire.
I would follow Olm.
The nest of serpents must be exterminated. Nothing less will do.
And if our children still live, what will happen to them if we attack?
I share
Ready
your
for
fear,
anything.
but we cannot build plans on fear. We will
Can't
have
give
to
up
act
now.
for all our
fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good.
Shape-shifting monstrosities of unknown origin. Doppelgangers are unnatural predators. Their latent empathic abilities helping them to know, imitate, and eventually replace their prey.
Exactly. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to... Then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. Then, greetings, Sir Tadpole. I was wondering where all the questions suddenly sprang from.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike. Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him. I would, but you have so many friends already. In that case...
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Keeping very well, I hope? Look after my angel, of course. 100 years in the Shadowfell. 100 years being murdered by Sharans over and over. She's a formidable woman, my Aelin. But no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now. And we'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city. We are your allies, for life. I mourn. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. This was different. It was like I could see my fate in her eyes. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. He told me we'd be together now. Said I found last light within the shadows. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. He's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died. The man he became... that wasn't...
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not... I have. He speaks to me. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Orin toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? The girl could not bear thou, a breaker of promises. I told her the fate of her parents when the wind carried it to me. She has left this place to hew a new path. She left behind a letter, as thou doth know. Hast thou other business?
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed. But need to stay alert all the same.
Of course.
I suppose you've earned it. Nervous, perhaps? When we entered Worm's Crossing, it felt like it might be the beginning of the end.
Fine. What's on your mind?
No notes. Even if I could have made it this far without you,
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next? Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14, and got so tipsy from wine, I puked in Dillard Portier's bushes. It's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the Wide. I got a good chewing out over it, too. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier, to read books of lore, to know right from wrong. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise. But it's... And you? The city's yours too, after all. How's it feel to be back? Wonderful, isn't it? Torril's history is written. Expeditions to the continent of Mastika gather in the harbor. The Church of Gon displays its most priceless treasures in the High House of Wonders. Voices raised in song on Returning Day. The heady whines at the Elf Song. There's truly no place like Baldur's Gate. I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space for me to... Ready and willing.
Orin, Skvar, burn away the shadows she hides in, tear off her mask, and you'd reveal her for what? A shivering...
What's on your mind? Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone Let's hop.
Trust no one.
No one's stopped me yet. All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.